You have arrived at your destination.
Episode 4.
With Rob.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming back. This is Zilla, the podcast. I am one of your hosts, Mr. Stefan Zilla Gearhart.
And I am your other host, Mr. Bradzilla McQuarrie. Ow. The volume was awful in there.
I'm already trying to impress our guest.
We've
got a great guest. He's a good friend of mine from back in the day, and his name's Rob Lee. He's a local musician here in town, and man, I can't wait to get on this shit. But before we get going, I need to know what's been Gucci, baby.
So I just had a weird flashback when I was saying my last name. It was kind of like ripping an old Band-Aid off. I got made fun of a lot for my last name when I was little.
I did
too. Now saying my last name the way I said it, I'm like, oh, I got to go to school tomorrow, and these kids are going to make fun of me. But I don't go to school no more.
No, you don't. I used to get made fun of too because Gearhart rhymes with beer fart. And so I used to get beer fart a lot or just gear fart. I used to get that all the time.
I like that compared to what I was called.
Well, I also got Stephanie all the time as well.
Stephanie?
Because Stefan is a very rare name. So I got Stephanie. That's why I switched over to Stefan later on in life for a while because you can't. Because if you try to say Stefani, I'm like, no, it's still cool, man.
It's still cool. That's a dope name, man.
But no, I've had a good week, man. My dog's been doing good.
Dope.
Been taking him to work at Generation Tux, and you can actually bring your dog to work. And he's been having a blast, dude, like getting to know all the other dogs. And
Hell yeah.
Things have just been going good. It's a beautiful day outside.
It is, and we're in this giant square right now.
I know. We're inside. We are inside the DNN studio.
Where magic happens.
I thought you were going to be like Magic 104.7. Wait, that was the Black Gospel station. All right, well, let's get going. I want to introduce, like I said, one of the most talented musicians I know personally, and I think in this town, Rob Lee. Thank you so much for coming out.
Whether it's for 20, only on for 20 in the afternoon of the day. It's for 20, then you know what we about to do. For 20, yeah, for 20, yeah, yeah, yeah. For 20, yeah, for 20, yeah. Now you're here.
Thank you.
Man, I'm excited to have you, dude. We haven't seen each other in like, what, 2-3 years now?
Man, it's been
a minute.
It's been a minute.
But since we last saw each other, you really started hitting your music career.
Yes, definitely.
And I have been following you like it ain't nobody's business. Not just because I know you,
Right.
But because, man, you're good. Like it's not just, and we'll get into some questions. But like, I've just really liked every single thing you've put out. Your voice is phenomenal. The production value of all the pieces you put out there, the people you work with,
Right.
And the professionalism that I see, man, it just astounds me.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about, what you do, like, and how you got into it. Because, this podcast is about the entertainment biz. So we want to know things like that. So how did you get into music, man? Like,
Basically, I just started singing like at a very young age. Listening to the radio and stuff. I was very like in tune and harmonizing with all the stuff like before I really understood what I was doing. So my mom, she got me into like, encouraged me to go to the Youth Performing Arts School.
oh, cool.
Yeah, so I did. I went to the Youth Performing Arts School for vocal and musical theater. And I mean, I didn't realize it at the time how much I was really taking in and how much knowledge I was gaining. But, now that I'm older and wiser.
What year did you graduate, if you don't mind me asking?
I graduated in 2006.
2006. Now, because my fiance went to White Pass, but I think she was already graduated at that point.
Okay.
But yeah, White Pass is fantastic, man.
Yeah, it's the
for
best.
people that are listening outside of Louisville, we have a really great performing arts school. I actually tried to get into it. Like, I'm originally from Toledo, Ohio. Here's my little side story. Dad, I hope you're listening, you asshole.
Damn, all right. It's that
So,
podcast.
so I tried to get here, or we moved here my sophomore year, and so I I went to Libby High School in Toledo, which was predominantly an all-black high school. And so for me to be in this choir is how I got into music. I was the only white kid in the choir. And I loved it. And the only reason I got in the choir is because the Catholic school that I went to, the teacher was my choir teacher in 5th grade, had become Derek Alexander. I love you, man, Chicago. Derek Alexander became teacher at Libby the year before I started there. And he remembered me, and he was like, oh, I remember you. And so I got involved, and he kept pushing me, and I was a very, very high tenor. Nice. And so I'm getting to do all these solos and all this stuff because he knew me, and so the seniors were all mad at me. Plus, I was the white dude, you know, like, so I learned gospel and all kind of R&B. That's where I got my love for all of that, was through Derek Alexander and through those choirs. And then I moved here, and I went to Doss High School, and their choir program, no offense, Miss Prim, if you're listening, but it was awful. I went from doing these full gospel tunes to do just the most amazing harmonies and, you know, everything, to doing like a Dolly Parton tune, you know, and we're dancing and clapping. We did that Romeo song with Billy Ray Cyrus and Dolly Parton. I was like, what is this, dude? And get this, they only had soprano, alto, bass songs because she knew nobody could sing tenor. And so I didn't get to do any like vocal, like solos, nothing, because I was a tenor. So I just usually sang alto or soprano. So yeah, man, that's how I got into it. But yeah, this program here, like, I wanted to go to YPass. This is my story, and so I'm trying to tell my dad about it, okay? But I had also talked, because all my friends that I met at church all went to Butler. And so, I, you know, for a while,
Butler Bears?
I kind of wanted to go to Butler, just be with my friends. So I think he remembered that. But I was trying to explain to him about YPass and about why it would be good for me, like, because I was into theater, I was into music, I wanted to keep singing, I wanted to do this. And he said I made it up. And he said that the only reason I wanted to go was to be with my friends. And I said, I don't even know anybody there. Right. And that's my dad, though. It's too much of a hassle. He didn't look it up. And I never got to go. And, like, I didn't get back into music until college, like musical theater and music till college, because I just rebelled. I just didn't do it ever.
Right.
Like, so I'm glad you have stuck with it, man, and got to go to YPass and be encouraged by that.
Man.
I'm just thankful for that, because I love listening to you, man.
Thank you. Thank you. It was a lot of hard work.
That's actually a question I have for you. So the process of creating a song, do you do just your lyrics? Do you create your actual, like, do you actually create the music itself? And what's that process like? How long does it take you to get
that
something?
ties in with my question, too, is just the recording and producing process.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so I think when I first got into music, like, I like basically locked myself in a room on my computer and like was working with Fruity Loops, which is like
Fruity
the
Loops.
beat maker.
Yeah.
I basically wanted to sing so bad, and I needed like beats, and nobody like had beats for me, because I thought that's how it worked. Like, people just give you
That's what we
stuff.
thought, like with Damaged Goods, when we tried to do our rap album, dude.
Right.
We just ended up having to steal and did instrumental versions
Exactly.
of like, other
You
people's shit.
And so, so like I basically started like producing my own stuff, like creating my own beats, you know, like drawing them out on because I don't play piano or anything.
Right.
So I can't like play it in. I had to literally like draw in everything. So like 4 years into that and becoming really good at production, I decided that takes way too much time. And I'm ready to be like a star now, you know, like that's my mentality. So basically I just kind of cut out the production part and just started doing a lot of my writing and arranging, like vocal arrangements, basically how you're gonna sing it, and you know, the harmonies and stuff, and that does take a long time for me. I know people that can write a song in like 30 minutes. Me, I like to kind of like start a song and then leave it alone and then come back to it, you know, like just to make sure I really like it.
Well, here's a good question. This isn't on my question list, but I know, Brad, we have talked about this a lot, is how do you get inspiration to write? What's your process for writing? I mean, do you come at it with an idea, or do you just let it flow? You know, especially with coming up with a tune, too.
Yeah. It comes in different ways. Like sometimes I'm just inspired by another great song I hear, and I'm like, damn, I gotta I gotta like do something like this or better than that, or like original like that.
That's very Michael Jackson. That's what he did, man.
So then I'm just like trying to top other people. I also like to incorporate things that a lot of people know into my music, just because it just gives it that familiarity.
Mm-hmm.
People love to like listen to songs that they feel like they know already or that they've heard before. So I try to write like with that in mind.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's why sampling became so big over the last few decades. Is people, know something's gonna work, and so. But I don't feel like you have ripped off anyone, man.
No,
like your shit is legit.
Thanks, man.
It's really good. I'm curious about because I haven't been in the music side of the industry in a long time. I used to be in a singing group in high school.
Right.
And but what's it like? What's the live scene like here? Especially in terms of like getting them. Do you have to book your own gigs? How do you deal with venue owners? Do you what's that scene like here?
Yeah, it's different. I don't even know how to like put it. It just depends. Like what I heard is that you have to be at the right place at the right time with the right people. And I feel like that's very true because I've done a lot of opportunities where I'm like, okay, I'm going to get like some Instagram followers or Facebook likes or more supporters. And like everybody loves the show, but nobody goes to your page. Nobody searches you. Nobody does anything after that. Then I've had like events where you wouldn't expect support, and everybody's coming up to you wanting to meet you. They love you now. They're gonna follow you. So it just really depends on the promoter, who they've got coming to their shows. I would just say like really my advice for anybody else, going for the music biz or whatever, like stay in your lane and basically like if you're an R&B artist and you sing, do a R&B singing show. Mm-hmm. Don't do a comedy show where you're going to be the only R&B singer because the crowd
is different.
People are not that smart.
Yeah. No, I can agree with that. And I think Brad can say both in improv and I would say for wrestling too.
Oh, yeah.
You got to stay in that lane.
Yeah.
Improv's the same way. And God, I can tell you how many times we've had people that afterwards, like, they're like, oh my God, it was such an amazing show. And you're like, do you want a sticker? And they're like, no. But then other times they were like, that was pretty good. Can I have 4 stickers?
Exactly. Yes. And usually when people are that excited, it's because they're drunk. So
that's a fact.
Make sure there's plenty of liquor at your venue.
Exactly. That always gets the crowd involved.
I'm pretty sure that's why comedy clubs have like a drink minimum.
Yeah, they do.
All right.
How often do you perform live?
Sometimes it just depends on my spirit. Sometimes I like want a show all the time, and I can get a show all the time. And then sometimes I want to like kind of take a break from that, and then like no opportunities come. So it's really based off of me. I feel like how much I put myself out there, how much I let people know that I'm interested in doing other things. I've done a lot of shows like for free,
Yeah. God, we all have.
I've had paid gigs. I've had people offer me paid gigs. I've had people surprise me, with a paid gig. So, you can get a show anywhere, like whether you're good or bad, or like it just depends on who you know and how much you're putting yourself out there.
And how much of the, marketing, you've got to do yourself versus what the venue does. I've learned a long time ago the venue just don't.
They don't. A lot of promoters here really rely on the artist to draw in the crowd, which is totally understandable. But at the same time, the artist needs something to bounce off of as well. They need to be able to know that they're going to have a nice crowd to come and perform for.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. The music industry has changed so much. My dad talks about it all the time. My dad used to manage bars and venues and stuff like that back in the 70s and 80s. He used to be a mobile DJ and all kinds of shit like that. And he talks to me all the time, and he talks to me in old school terms. Like, he's like, I don't understand. He's like, I don't understand why these guys aren't paying you $1,000 to be here, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, Dad, I had to pay them. Like, you don't understand. I was like, it's changed. The industry's changed. I was like, there aren't bars just looking for any band that's out there or any singer like they used to, because people used to just go, hey, Tuesday night, they got music down at Mixers. Like, it just don't work like that now. Now it's like they expect you to bring a following, and if you don't bring a following, they will not ask you back to pay them again.
Exactly.
Which is stupid. Like, it's the silliest damn thing. Like,
So
there is
true.
no bullshit anymore in like the venue. I mean, same goes for improv. We run into the same thing. Like, the first question I get asked, like, if I'm looking to book a gig, like, let's say I call Wix or something like that, the first thing they ask is, well, how many people can you bring?
Exactly. Well, that's, the music business, the entertainment industry has completely changed. It's not about how talented are you anymore. It's about how many followers do you have? How much support do you have? How likable are you? How marketable are you? You know, like, basically you're a product up front, straight out the gate now. Like, you have to be focused on selling yourself. So...
So we got somebody asleep in the corner right now. Keeps snoring. It's so bad.
Sorry, we got Justin Storm from last week's episode. He's still here. He never left. But he's
Here for a week.
But no, we talked a lot about that. Fun question is like, who have you gotten to meet? Like, have you gotten to meet any of your like heroes or anything like that because of this? So how long have you been like hardcore doing this, would you say now?
Hardcore doing it since 2016.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. So about 2 years.
Yeah, about 2 years now. Before that, I was just kind of dibbling and dabbling in whatever I could.
Right.
Looking for that overnight success that does not exist.
Brad's still looking for it too, man.
I'm just so impatient.
Me too, man. Like, I just feel like that's my dream, and I just feel like one day I'm gonna wake up and I'll just be famous. Like,
the thing that I've learned, and I recommend this to everyone, is to read a book called The Outliers. And this book talks about basically there are different types of success. You know, you definitely have that guy that was in the right place at the right time and got lucky. But then you've got two other folks. You've got the folks that put in thousands of hours of rehearsal, of time, of work, and everything to get there. And even then, that takes a little bit of luck. And that third person is just the person that was rich, had the connections, knew all the right people.
Yes.
There's three types. And most of us fall into that second category, where if you don't work, like, and hit those hours, you're never going to get anywhere.
exactly.
You know, like, I talk about damaged goods all the time. Like, we together 8 years, and like those first couple years were not that great, but by the time we get to the end of like the 8th year, it's like that's where things really start. I mean, you really have to stay committed. And I think we talked about that with Justin.
Yes.
Like how long it took for wrestling, like to just get to a point where you could even get paid.
Yes.
And just entertainment in general is like that.
Like 10 years. It's like a 10-year thing.
Yep. And then you sucks because then you're like, well, you're a little too old now.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
it just sucks, man.
Yeah. It does. It's a hard, like ceiling to hit. Just have fun while you're doing it. If you love what you do and you have fun, you'll get the attention that you desire. It may not be what you expect, but sometimes that's a good thing as well.
So now you said you produce most of your stuff. Do you have other people that come in now and produce for you? And
Yeah, like that was at the beginning. So like when I first started music, I was doing a lot of my production. Now I just kind of like go on SoundClick and just purchase from producers off there. Yeah.
Which is a great way to help those guys out. 'cause
Exactly.
That's their dreams. They want to be producers for a living, so
Exactly.
you're helping them out.
Yeah.
oh, that's cool.
And what I found is that like with the project that I'm gonna be releasing soon, I have like one main producer on there.
Cool.
Who's got like quite a few songs, so he kind of like that's good for him. I'm hoping because his name will pop up a lot.
Now with recording, because I have tried to home record many a time, and it just always sound like I'm a mile away. I'm terrible with editing and mixing and stuff. Do you do your own home recording? Do you have a recording studio you go to, or multiple, or
Right.
where?
No, a lot of people suggest it. A lot of people say that's the way to go. It is faster when you can like do at least record yourself because you can always take it somewhere and get it mixed or mastered
Right.
or send it out in an email and they'll mix and master it for
Oh, I
you.
didn't even think about that. Yeah,
You
send
know,
the
they do
the
all that stuff,
yeah.
mastering online for free, like
Shit.
10-second mastering
Be
now.
looking that one up.
But for me, like I said, that just takes a lot of time. And I didn't go to any type of schooling for that. All the research and knowledge that I gained on production was my own. And one thing that I realized is that there are not a lot of people that want to help you do what they're already trying to do. So like when I'm saying like, hey, can I have some advice on how to like make my 808 not like pop my speakers? Like they're like, no, go to school.
That's an
Read a
industry
book.
secret. We ain't telling you.
Exactly. Like I
Legit
cannot help you.
had a conversation about this today because Brad was talking about like how to break into YouTube and how these guys just like won't share.
They won't.
And Brad was like, "Man, I'd share everything." And I said, "No, you wouldn't." I said, "You bet not."
You bet not.
I said it sucks, but when you're on the other end of it, you're like, "Oh, I don't want to share my secrets."
So true. So true.
It's kind of like throwing like I was saying earlier, throwing darts at a board till something sticks.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You'll find that right person though that ends up becoming more like a mentor, and that's when
Definitely.
they share stuff.
Definitely.
because you don't want to just like give your stuff to anybody, man.
Yeah, that's so true.
But I want to
And-
make $1 million tomorrow.
Well, we can do that, but you're gonna have to remove the Bradzilla hat.
Damn it.
See, I just feel completely opposite of that though. Still, I believe that teamwork makes the dream work.
Absolutely.
Well, we were talking about that too. Now
Collaboration.
there are
Yes.
things. What I was referring to, what I was really telling him is,
Right,
is
right.
that in a niche thing, if you've got a niche, you want to keep it.
You do.
But in things like music and acting and improv, those are things you want to share.
Definitely.
Because those are things that are out there. And why are you going to make me go to Google when I can get that information and it's
Right.
going to take me 2 days to research it
Right.
when you have it for me? I can find it. You know, we were talking about like something we've just created, you know, that works really
Exactly.
good. That's different. But
Yeah.
yeah, I completely agree with that too, man.
Yeah, YouTube teachers now though.
Oh, I love it. I
love
love
it.
YouTube, man. Like,
Man.
but yeah, I got to get better at mixing because I love home recording. It's fun.
It is
you know,
fun.
because I love singing, and for me, now I want to play around with Fruity Loopy thingy because I'm tired of doing other people's stuff. And because I write, I'm
called Fruity Loops, not Fruity Loops.
Shut up.
Fruity Loopy.
Fruity Loopies.
Right.
But yeah, it's like I'm a lyricist. I love to write, and I want to sing some more too. So I'm gonna check that out. So let's see. So I wanted to get talking about. We'll save that one. Let's ask. I brought it up a little bit ago, but who was your singing mentor, hero, or even just your favorite artist? Ooh.
Right.
If it's not Michael Jackson, you're wrong.
I know. Damn it.
No, but I mean, it doesn't even have to be anybody famous. You know,
Shout
like
out MJ. I love Michael Jackson. Like
Me too.
That is such a hard question because I have so many, which I feel like everybody like you can't like literally say just the one because then, but somebody that I really like followed a lot growing up in the 90s was Brandy.
oh yeah, I love Brandy.
She's like, her voice is, she just does stuff that is just unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm still a
So-
huge Brandy fan.
Golly.
Moesha in the house.
Moesha, Cinderella.
I love that, man. Like, for me, Michael Jackson, when I was a little kid, man, my dad was a mobile DJ. And so he had all these records just in the house everywhere. And I would always grab that Thriller album when I was a kid. And we had hardwood floors, so I would throw on my school shoes with the hard bottoms, dude. And I would tap dance and moonwalk all over the house, singing every bit of it. And, like, that's the first things that I ever remember, like, singing when the radio was turned off.
Right.
Like, I can remember everything was Michael Jackson. Like, I love that, man.
It was.
Everything is MJ.
It
Rest in
was.
peace. Like, there's never been an artist like him, and I don't think there ever will be.
There won't.
He's epic, man. But speaking of epic, I want to talk about your music a little bit more.
Cool.
Because I'd like our audience to know a little bit about it. So I'm going to ask you, like, I want to share 2 of your songs, just some clips, and then we'll link the full songs there. But like two of your favorite songs, and I'm going to tell you my favorite, and then I want you to know to share with me 2 of your favorite songs. But my favorite song, man, is Monday Morning.
Monday Morning. That's everybody's favorite.
Dude,
I think that's the one you sent me.
Good. Yeah, I sent it to you.
Yeah, I
Look,
like it a
I got
lot.
goosebumps right now. Dude, I
Oh,
listen to it
man.
like at least once a week. And
That's
I definitely
awesome.
listen to it every Monday morning.
Every
on work.
Monday. Yeah.
But it's fresh, dude. It's so good. And I'm going to play a clip.
I told you the deal, how I feel. You say I never keep it real, but you ain't listening. Please open your mind or your ears. Can you see clear? Please tell me what you're envisioning. Do you see us in love? Or is it that I ain't good enough for it? I'm calling you bluff. Push it because we're falling in love. When the evening turns to morning, and the weekend turns to Monday morning. Why you leaving? When your body's calling that you need to be with me. When the evening turns to morning, and the weekend turns to Monday morning. Why you leaving? When your body's calling that you need to be with me. 'Cause I can be a freak all through the day until the dawn.
Just tell me a little bit about Monday Morning, because I love Monday Morning, man. Like, how'd that come about?
Oh man, this was the perfect plan. Everybody hates Mondays. I love being the devil's advocate, like with anything. So I was like, let me change everybody's mind and create a song called Monday Morning that everybody will love. And maybe it'll make people feel better about Mondays. But it's actually about a relationship that only lasts through the weekend,
Oh, yeah.
which, you know, we've been there.
Yep.
Hopefully. Unless you're a virgin.
Even then, you can still.
Right.
You and that Bible and her, we just
Right.
all weekend. And then it's over. Y'all go back to being Pentecostal, and you go back to being Baptist. They ain't allowed no more.
Exactly.
Dude, I
Man.
love Monday Morning. Seriously, though.
Thank
like,
you.
I love every song you put out there, but
Thank you
man,
so
Monday
much.
Morning, like, I don't know, man. It hits me right in the
got
soul,
that
dude.
feeling though. Yeah.
It's so funky, it's good, and it's like I love ballads, but it's like it's kind of like that danceable ballad.
Yes.
Like that's
Yes.
what I like about it.
And me too. That's why I kind of like I'm into mid-tempo type
Mm-hmm.
songs. Like that's my lane. And so I think that's definitely got all my heart and soul in that track. Seriously.
I've already, dude. I'm getting married in October, and I already sent 3 or 4 of your tracks to him. I said I want these played during my reception.
Yes.
But so what? Tell me 2 of your songs. We'll start with the first one that are your favorites, or you just like there's just something special about it, or means a lot to you.
Right.
You're put on the spot.
Exactly. I love Monday Morning just because so many people connected with it. And everybody like knew the words as soon as I like released that song. It's crazy to me. Literally my music video has
It's
like,
tight, by the way.
Thank you. I released it a year ago, and it has like still under 2,000 views, but the lyric video for Monday Morning has like 14,000 views.
Isn't that weird,
yeah.
man?
Yeah, like so.
Because everybody's trying to steal it,
Everybody's
man.
trying to learn those words, and yeah. But so that's my favorite track, and then I have some older music that it's kind of unreleased now because I took it off of my SoundCloud.
Well, I can't clip that, man.
I know exactly.
Hit me with one
that I have released.
that you have released, but like with someone that you worked with.
I Can't
that you had a
Stop.
featured with. I Can't Stop.
The Free Soul Effect. Yes,
Okay.
it's awesome.
Here we are, so committed. Your body wrapped in mine. I'm not gonna try to quit it. I've tried too many times. As the light shines on your face, and I got you in my space, you can feel my heart race. The way you flip me on and off. I feel the music drop. Now I can't stop. I can't stop. Oh, baby. No, I can't stop. I can't stop. Oh, no. No, I can't stop. What we doing?
So yeah, so that's pretty tight. It was awesome. But yeah, I love when you get to feature some folks. Like the Keep It Real is really cool.
Thank you.
That one's, one that's been fresh on my radar.
Really?
And
you like that one?
Yeah, it's cool, man. I
Thank
think
you,
that's the
man.
other one I sent to you is Keep It Real.
I think that's the one I couldn't get to. I think I was at work.
That one
when
is
you sent it to me.
it's so like wavy, which is like the new, lingo for music and stuff. But here's the thing, like I'll write a song and as soon as like I record it and I'm finished with it, I'm over it. Like,
Dude, this
Like,
is why I
I'm
like
so moved
improv,
on.
dude. We get on stage and it's done. Like,
yes, exactly. So like, when I'm working on other new songs and people are just like Monday morning, I'm just like, I'm like way past that now.
So the feature on that is that Braxton?
Braxton,
Braxton.
yeah.
What was that? What was that like working with Braxton?
He is super talented. The dude's like 23, 22, 23. I hit him up.
That's what I was about to ask. Do they seek you out? You seek them out?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. You always know when you can approach somebody based off of, like your rapport when you see them or, however you guys like each other's stuff on Facebook or Instagram. He's talented. A lot of people mention his name. He was working with the videographer that did my first video for Monday morning. So I was like, this guy's got a lot of buzz. Let me see if I can, holler at him. And he actually responded. He had heard my song. He liked it. And he said, yeah. I sent him the beat and like a voice reference of my idea of the song. And next thing you know, we were in the studio and it was done. It was just
great, man.
done.
It's such a killer song, and he's phenomenal in it as well as you.
Thank you.
Just great, man.
Making it rain using these dollar bills. You ain't getting the thing, maybe you need to chill. You need to stay in your lane. What can I keep it real? Can I keep it real? Can I keep it real?
I said, can I keep it real with you, lil' mama? I've been out here flexing, running up these commas. And you really think a young nigga about to go spend it on a boo? You up in the club every night thinking I'm gonna believe this shit true. Oh no, goddamn girl, that ass fat. Devil in the red dress, how you love that? Might fuck it to the rhythm of the hi-hat. If you need a real nigga, baby, I'm that. Breaststroke, backstroke, this your climax. Baby God, I'm the curse, about to ride that. Might make it rain on her if she like that. Cause I'm that nigga, baby, I'm that.
Just because I'm making it rain using these dollar bills. You ain't getting the thing, maybe you need to chill. You need to stay in your lane. What can I keep it real? Can I keep it real? Can I keep it real? I'm making it rain using these dollar bills. You ain't getting the thing, maybe you
Do you have any questions, Brad, before we move on?
I did have one, then I forgot it. It got lost somewhere in the midst. If it comes back, I'll let you know.
All right, well, right in the middle of Would You Rather.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
yes and.
But no, yeah, thank you, man. Like, just talking about the music biz, I know it's crazy, and we'll get your information here in a minute because we want to play some games. Because for those of you that have never listened before, what we like to do is we like to ask our guests if they would like to play Would You Rather with us, or would they like to improvise with us. And Rob said he would like to play Would You Rather with us, and so that means it's time for another round of Would You Rather.
Would you rather? Sponsored by
Mitch,
Steven,
you like comic books?
they're pretty good.
Do you like me? Well, do you like you?
Yeah.
Well, you should listen to me and you on Bagged and Bearded talking about comic books on the DNN.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty fantastic. It's free.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Like, is it anything about comic books or just about comic books? Do you do, like, maybe talk about story arcs?
Yeah.
Heroes?
Yeah.
Villains?
Yeah.
Writers and artists as well?
Well, sure.
Cool.
Don't forget Eric Groovely's there.
Yeah, he's sort of there.
Listen to Bagged and Bearded on the DNN.
Every Wednesday.
One day I'm going to say something really cool, like sponsored by Michelin Tires.
Right.
And then we get a fat check.
All right. So, all right, here's the first one. Would you rather go to a strip club where all the strippers are crushes you had in high school, or a strip club where all the strippers say what they are actually thinking?
Oh, shit.
Definitely A. All the crushes in high school.
I mean, yeah, who wouldn't want to see that? Because you've got your own version in your head.
Right.
But at the same time, as a comedian, I'm like, I want to hear what they're thinking. Like,
You wanna hear what
is this like, am I the only person that can hear what they're thinking, or does everybody hear?
Yeah.
Because if it's just me, I'm like, you'll know, if the stripper's just like, oh God, I'm gonna have to rub on him. I'm gonna be like, no, get away from me, get away from me.
Right.
I'm not paying for this if you're not going to be happy about it either.
Exactly.
But at the same time, like I said, I would love to hear them, and they're talking about other people.
That's hilarious.
I would feel weird if they were like all crushes from high school, because I don't know, like now that I'm like been married for a while, and that happened, I'd be like, I always wondered, but now I'm kind of like, it's really not that important to me. So I think I'm with you, Stefan. I think I would rather hear their thoughts and know exactly what goes on inside the mind of a stripper.
Yeah, because the thing about the crushes is they see you too. So is it awkward?
Yeah, that's
It would be
true.
really awkward. I don't think I'd be able to have fun.
Like, like it's nobody you dated, just crushes though.
Right.
Like, so there wasn't that well, unless you guys were also friends. Ooh, boy, that would be even more awkward.
I was friends with a lot of my crushes.
Yes, me too. That was
Yeah.
my game.
Yeah.
Hey,
me
let's
too.
hang out. No, I don't want anything out of it. But you want to keep it up.
It sounded good. Like, the
That's what I'm
idea
saying,
of them
you gotta-
half nude
Yep.
or all the way nude.
Well, I guess if you sit in the back with like a hat on.
right.
Now you're just the guy the bouncers are watching all the time. Like, is he
Yeah,
about
exactly.
to do something?
Is he gonna? What's he gonna do? But yeah, so
I was thinking just because they were strippers, they would have to entertain you regardless of whether they wanted to or not.
right.
But you're right, it probably would be awkward because they had to.
Well, and if it's people
Right.
they're probably like,
Hey, how you been?
yeah, how you been?
since-"
Or hey,
Right.
We did a show over at the Rustic Frog one time for wrestling.
are you serious?
Yeah,
Why do
and-
we need a whole episode on that?
We do, but it was the weirdest thing because when we went into the strip club, like after we got done, we were like the VIPs in the night and all that stuff. And we go in, and one of my trainees ran into like two chicks he went to high school with, and he's like, "This is so weird because I've always liked her and I always thought she was cute. I just saw her boobs." He was like super awkward about it. I'm like, "Stop talking about it. You're making it weird."
That's
I
hilarious.
feel like strip clubs. This is my opinion. I am a straight male, but I feel like strip clubs should be both. I think there should be dude and girl strippers.
I mean, I was naked, but I don't think they wanted me to be.
because there are bisexual people like
Right.
they want to see both. Why if you're bi, you gotta go spend twice the money, right?
Why are you
Yeah.
breaking it down, dog?
I don't know. I'm
let it be
just so
what
I
it
can get
is.
to the next. Would you rather? Trying to speak out.
Not on this podcast.
This podcast just got real liberal.
It did.
All right, so this one's from the more kiddie one. Would you rather lick your friend's chicken pox or use Tabasco sauce as eye drops?
Oh my gosh.
This is what makes life.
So, because I would definitely not choose to put Tabasco in my eyes, I'm licking the chicken.
Yeah,
Pox.
licking the chicken. But you are like, man, you are choosing to lick chicken pox. Like,
That is-
would it get on your tongue?
I've had chicken pox already, so I'm
yeah,
good.
you're good.
I think I'm good.
Have you had chicken
I've
pox?
Had chicken pox, yeah.
Oh man, then you might be doing Tabasco. 'Cause
Tabasco?
I'm choosing chicken pox as well.
Because see, what I do is I drop the Tabasco in the eyes, and then I take a shot of tequila.
How much of the chicken pox would you have to lick? Multiple chicken
No,
pox?
it just says it didn't say.
or a single, like a tongue.
Like I think it's like a lap. Like
ugh.
like that.
Oh.
Not like just a tongue touch.
And so oh god, because now I'm afraid like one of the pocks might be pussy.
Exactly. Oh. Like if you had to do it blindfolded or something, like you don't get to choose the pop. That's great.
Did we just become best friends?
We did.
All right, let's get sexual. We always got one a little. All right, so would you rather find out that your boyfriend girlfriend had been blogging about your sex life behind your back, or that your parents have been blogging about theirs? There is no. You gotta pick one.
I don't know what you're thinking, Rob.
It's a tough one. Just to think about parents having sex is always hilarious and really inappropriate.
Yes.
And I would not be embarrassed by that because I just think that shit's hilarious. Everybody does it. And I'm going to say, though. What was the first one again?
The first one is that you find out that your boyfriend or girlfriend has been blogging about your sex life behind your back.
Ooh.
So together.
Definitely still going to go with the parents, though, because if it was good news about our sex life, which it should be, share away and let everybody know.
Later than good.
But if it's like, I don't know, talking about the embarrassing parts, I don't know. Dude, no.
Yeah, see, but it's everything. That's the thing. So for me, I go with my parents because I grew up with a single dad. Okay, so he was like, if you've ever met my father, he's an open book, anyways. Like wherever he is, and he will tell you about his exploits. He calls chicks that like guys on motorcycles scooter trash. And he's like, I'm not trying to get scooter trash, so that's why he bought a Corvette, was so he could get a different type of trash. Like, this is what he does. He ought to blog about this.
That's
hilarious. But my
hilarious.
mom, I just feel like it'd be like watching an episode of My Little Pony. Like, I feel like everything was so magical.
Oh, I thought you would say she's into horse stuff.
No. I don't know. No, but she's so bubbly and light. Like, I feel like, and so lovey-dovey. I feel like everything would be like, it was so amazing and the kid. So I think I would have to go with my parents because I don't need y'all to know my moves, dude. Like we were talking about, I'm not sharing that. It's a niche. It's my thing. I'm not sharing it.
I'm not sharing my moves.
The more I think about both of these, this is not. I don't like either one.
You can't choose. You have to choose.
Right.
I'm glad I'm going last on this one. So I'm gonna have to choose finding out that my wife was blogging about our sexcapades, and here's the reason why. When I was 7 years old, I found a blank VHS in my parents' house.
Blank.
It wasn't labeled. And I know the day before, we had illegally recorded over a tape for Land Before Time.
Amen.
I was ready to watch Land Before Time, so I go and I find a tape. Like, all right, it's a tape. Pop it in. It's not the tape. It was Mom and Daddy making my brother.
Oh, my God.
So, Mrs. Zilla, I hope you're listening.
Oh.
I hope you're listening.
So that was awkward as hell. So yeah, I would be perfectly cool finding out that my wife's like, well, we were getting into it and he got mad, so he put me on top of the closet. I lifted her up the other day and tried to put her in the top of the closet.
That's hilarious.
God, so you've actually seen it.
I didn't want to. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't see
How old were you?
I was 7.
God, man. That's a crazy time.
Yeah, weird, because my youngest brother is exactly 7 years younger than me.
That's crazy. That brings me back to a time in the 90s when I walked in on like a group of my parents and their friends watching a sex tape that one of their friends in the group had made.
I thought that was going a whole other way.
I didn't walk in on a parent orgy.
Right. Parent orgy. We all do after school. Well, PTA is canceled
right.
today.
No, but I thought it was strange enough, like, especially once I got older, because I know what the hell. When I was a kid, I was like, oh, that's not good. But then, like, the older that I got, I was like, why were they all watching it together? Like, were they, like, bringing over their sex tape and like, hey, look what we made? Like,
yeah.
What you want to
so
do on
weird.
the next one is lift your leg a little more if you really want to get in that spot. A little critiquing from the parents.
That's crazy.
God, man.
I like that one. That
This
one
is
went
messed
places.
up, dude.
I'm pretty sure Justin's probably thinking right now, man, why couldn't I bid on that one?
All right. So
He'd been
one
writing the
more.
damn blog.
I got one more, and this one's hurts.
It hurts.
Yep. All right. Would you rather thread barbed wire up your urethra or eat, digest, and shit a throwing Chinese star?
And ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the podcast.
That is the end of the
Justin, without hesitation, in the corner says urethra.
I'm Googling the picture of a Chinese throwing star. Just a second.
It's
like, because already, like,
it's not gonna make you happy.
the
I'm gonna
eating
tell you
part
that.
is already difficult. It's metal. So, like,
Right.
are you having to swallow this whole? Is it sliced? Like, you're dead. Like, you're dead.
Jeez.
Unless you get a welding, like, something welded and, like, you can, like, but.
Barbed wire in your urethra?
Yeah, thread it up.
What the?
I don't
So,
like any of these.
I think
don't
thread is like a
either.
needle and thread going through and up, but it's barbed wire.
Oh my God, no.
You can't choose death. Well, I guess unless you're eating the Chinese star. Let's say, though, you do survive the Chinese star eating and pooping.
Sheesh. You gotta. Oh, okay.
These are all music-related questions.
Obviously.
And you can say whatever you want. There are no limitations.
Let It Burn's about the barbed wire. You know,
Man,
by
yeah.
Usher. Yeah.
Okay, jeez.
So I'm gonna choose the barbed wire because if you know, I don't have really a reason. I just
It just seems like the lesser of two evils.
hopefully I'd pass out after like the first, you know, like insertion of it.
Yeah, you
am
just
I
pass.
threatening it myself?
I don't
or
know.
is
That's
this
for you
being
to
done
decide.
me?
Unless you got a friend, I don't know. Justin will be doing the threading.
Oh God.
No, yeah, I'm gonna go with threading as well, the barbed wire, because man, quite frankly, I can get stitches, I can get things to heal, but if I swallow a Chinese star, dude, my whole insides are gonna need
Insides.
surgery.
Yeah, that's so
and
true.
like post-op is gonna be way more difficult.
That's so true.
And as long as they stop at the testicles, I'm good.
Oh my gosh.
Justin keeps talking about pooping the star out.
Ugh. All right, Brad.
I mean, urethra all the way, because like you said, you know, you can fix that shit once you swallow a Chinese throwing star and it messes your insides up. I don't care what kind of weight loss surgery you want.
Can you fix a urethra? Can you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's
can get
true.
a prosthetic
you just
dick.
get a prosthetic one or a replacement. Like,
Jeez.
do they have like kind
of attached
like
to the
organ
line.
donation? You know,
Pull it down if you want.
Oh.
here I'll load you on there, Justin.
Oh yeah.
Like, can you get organ? Like, when you like donate your organs, is like penis on there?
I don't think the penis is a choice.
Like,
but
is
I'm
it an
pretty sure you
implant?
can get a prosthetic dick, probably made from like pig
You
skin
can
or
have
something.
you can't have a dick implant. I've watched Grey's Anatomy.
That's
Okay.
Grey's Anatomy solves it right there.
All right.
Well, I just imagine because like people have, you know, like piercings down there,
Right.
that it may not be so bad.
No, hell no.
But-
The people that have those piercings are messed up. Like, they can take pain like people can't take pain, or
Well,
they like that pain.
Right.
My best friend has one of those piercings. Not him.
Not me. So the day that I got my taco tattoo on the inside of my lip, there was a guy who actually got the entire Pac-Man lineup going. On yeah,
Oh my god.
tattooed on his.
And again, for those of you that are just tuning in or anything like that, this is Justin Storm. He was on with us last week, and we just invited him to come hang with us today. But yeah, that's crazy. I've heard some definite tales of penal tattoos.
Penal tattoo.
Yikes.
My same best friend also has an octopus tentacle going down his dick as well. So he's got the whole thing going on.
Does he enjoy his penis?
He and his wife thoroughly enjoy his penis.
Okay, I'm proud of. Good job, Robert.
Name drops.
Well, it's like I've always heard this
That's
joke,
hilarious.
this story where a guy goes to the bathroom and he looks over and a guy's got a tattoo and it says wonky on his dick, and he's like, "Wonky? Why you got wonky written on your dick?" He says, "Hold on, let me work myself up." He works himself up, gets erect, and says, "Welcome to Kentucky." He says, "Boy, I'm a grower, not a shower."
That's hilarious.
That is my favorite line.
All right, well, let's get out of here, man. Rob Lee, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Please tell us where they can find your music or where they can see you. Give us everything you got on you.
You can find all my social media is Rob Lee Music 88. I'm on SoundCloud, Reverb Nation, YouTube, Rob Lee Monday Morning, and then hopefully very soon you'll be able to find the whole project from me. But I am on iTunes and Spotify and Pandora and all that
great.
stuff.
Make sure to let me know when you drop that project because
Definitely.
we will gladly share that
Awesome.
On the Zilla page and
Hell yeah, collaboration, bro.
talk about stuff like that. We may even have you come back on.
Yes.
Be a lot of fun.
That would.
But yeah, check out his music, man. I love it. I'm not just bullshitting
Right.
because he's a friend of mine, but like I love Monday Morning, and I think you guys will love everything else too.
Yes.
But thank you so much for coming on. You got any live shows coming up or anything?
I don't have anything coming up anytime soon. So, yeah.
All right, so just be on the lookout then.
Yeah.
Be on the lookout. All right, so that's been Zilla the podcast. Thanks again to Rob Lee and Justin for showing up.
Justin out of nowhere.
Thank you.
And but I've been your host, Stefan Zilla.
And I am your co-host, Bradzilla.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in on the Destination Nation Network. Make sure to check out all Destination Nation Network shows that are on the DNN. You can find us on iTunes if you haven't already found us there yet. Google Play. We're all over the place. So make sure you share this podcast and rate it and review anywhere you listen to your podcast. And on that, we'll catch you on the flip side.
Keep it tight.
Thank you for listening, DNN.